5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, viewers, friends, wherever you are. Welcome to this Monday Morning Digest. I'm your host, Godfrey Gichuki, and I'm very pleased to have you joining us this morning. This is the 10th of June, 2024. We are right about the middle of the year, and I hope you're having a great time, and we welcome you to join us in this morning conversation. I have a special guest with me, and we're going to be having an amazing conversation. We're talking about the 1,000 startups, a vision to demystify entrepreneurship. And I have a guest here who is actually the CEO and founder of 1,000 startups. This is actually a startup. It's itself a business. But it's called 1,000 Startups. My friend Stephen Ndung'u, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Gigi.
Yeah, so welcome. I'm very happy to have you here, and I believe that we're going to have a very interesting conversation this morning. I look forward to us addressing ourselves to the various, issues to do with entrepreneurship. You have a lot of wonderful stories, so I look forward to you sharing with us your amazing experience, right? Okay, so before we proceed, we would like to ask you to share the links. We are live on Elevate TV Kenya, that is Facebook page and YouTube channel. And remember not only just to share, but also to subscribe. Subscribe and activate the bell. Activate the reminder bell so that whenever we go live, you can get the notification and join this conversation. So this is Monday. So Monday, we like talking about business, ideas, current affairs, issues that obviously affect us in the marketplace and also in ministry. And so today, we want to dive into this conversation of entrepreneurship. And as you know, doing business is not easy. So if you're in business, you want to join this conversation. If you have a question for us, maybe some of the, some of the myths that you've heard out there on entrepreneurship, business startups. Of course, right now, a lot of people are concerned about taxation. They are concerned about high cost of living. Now, well, whether that is the reality, wherever you are, please let us know. and let us know how your business is doing, the challenges you're experiencing. My guest here will be ready to answer your questions. So please, let's join in the conversation. Let's get this going. Let's begin right away with my guest here. So Stephen,
Yes.
I really felt that you needed to come to this show. We met last week during the Kuza Biashara Summit, and you're one of the, one of the partners for the summit, and you also had a chance to be on the panel as we discussed various with various partners and business owners. So I really like your story. I like your company right from the start. So I would like to ask you to start by, first of all, who is Stephen Ndung'u? Let's talk about who is Stephen Ndung'u, and then we can talk about what is this business called 1000 Startup all about, right?
Oh, thank you very much, JJ, for inviting me to participate in this program,
Right.
and to share my story, and also to share about the vision that we have for our people
Right.
outside there,
Yes.
and how we can use the transformative power of entrepreneurship to improve livelihoods of people. So it's my pleasure. Many times when people ask me who is Stephen Ndung'u, sometimes I don't know what to tell them. But just a village boy, born on the other side of Laikipia,
Right.
on the foothills of Mount Kenya and Aberdare Ridges,
Yeah.
and also in between
Yes.
the Rift Valley.
Okay.
Grew up with a humble life and wasn't exposed to a lot of things, but with time I got, due to the grace of God, I went through the education. I was able to go to get not very quality education, as people would say expensive education.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say it's less expensive education, but quality education.
Yes.
And I found myself in Moi University and taking a Bachelor of Arts in Economics. And I think at the university level, that's where my life changed, because I was told, apart from what you get in class, you need to do something else. You need to know what is it that you can do for the world. You need to have a purpose in your life. And that's when I met an organization. It's a global organization for students and business leaders. It's called Enactors. Enactors, in full, it's entrepreneurial actions in us.
Okay.
So we were using the transformative power of entrepreneurship to solve some of the most pressing needs in the community around us. We would think about what is it that these people are going through, and then we would design a very innovative a program or a business model that would help these people be able to have a more decent life. For example, there's a project we did with people living with disabilities. Instead of people living with disabilities going outside there and begging money, give me 20 bob, give me food. So we designed a model where they would rear chicken. This person is not, for example, is not able to move. They are physically challenged. And so they're not able to move around, but at least they have a wheelchair. So they would rear some chicken there, and then it doesn't need a lot. You lay a chicken. When you need money, you sell one chicken, and you can grow the chicken empire very fast. So these are some of the practical projects that we did with such people. And you see, with the time, you're able to improve these people. First of all, you get to change their mindset that they can do something for themselves without relying on other people. And I found that very interesting. And when we did a lot when I was in campus, and we got the opportunity to represent the country in global competitions in Canada, in UK, because of our innovation and our approach to improving livelihoods of people. I believe, and I have always believed, that we can use entrepreneurship and business concepts to solve some of the most pressing needs in our community. You don't see someone with a problem, but you think about, instead of giving them 100 shillings, what if you buy them a pack of sweets worth 100 shillings? And then teach them how they can sell those sweets. They would create revenue for themselves now and even in future. They will not need to borrow from anyone. And so when I was done with campus, now still wanted to pursue that concept because it's interesting.
Yes.
And I've been doing, now we thought about now how we can inculcate that in the outside world and make a model that can be replicated elsewhere.
Okay.
And so we started by testing the model. How is it that we can use these business concepts to help people? And we took even some businesses that were struggling so that we can test how is it that we can help these people, even those who are in business. Because starting a business, and this is something that we realized over time, starting a business is not all that you need. You need to ensure that this business continues and is able to grow.
Yeah.
Because if it's not growing, then it will die soon.
Yes.
And so we thought about how can we create a model that can help business people launch their businesses and grow them.
Okay.
And that's when now we tested with a few businesses. We told them, now look, we'll not ask you to pay us anything. We're coming to you. We want to test this model.
Right.
We want to help you. We want to be part of your business. You don't pay us, but we want to be part of your business, form part of your board, which you don't have. You know, most businesses or startups don't have boards.
Yes.
So the board is the entrepreneur. They do everything. And so even they advise themselves, which is not right.
Yeah.
So we sat down and we have been sitting down with some of these businesses, sometimes every month, so that we evaluate progress, and then we can be able to see how they will move forward.
Okay.
And so we tested that model, and in early this year, that's when we decided now this model is working very well, because those people, most of them after the 6 months or even earlier, some of them would say, now we have seen your value.
Okay.
Our business has moved from stage 1 to stage 2.
Yes.
We really don't want to lose you. And in this case, because we are not paying you, we know it's not sustainable, because you're using fuel, you are using your resources, you are coming here, you are spending your time here. So it's not sustainable. So we'll be paying you something.
Okay.
And so if we can support small businesses, startups, because startups will not pay you for consultancy.
Yes.
It's given. They don't have money. They are bootstrapping, trying to look for money everywhere.
Yes, yes.
And so if you support these businesses when they cannot pay you, and ensure that they succeed so that they get to a level where they can pay you something,
yes,
then that becomes very sustainable.
Yes.
Because this person is seeing value, and you're also seeing value in this. And then the overall goal is to make this business succeed.
Right. Right.
So that's when now early this year we launched 1,000 startups, and our vision is to support 1,000 businesses launch and grow.
Okay.
1,000.
1,000.
So I sometimes I sit down and think about the impact of supporting 1,000 businesses.
Okay.
Over a period of 10 years.
Right.
Those businesses will have employed at least 5 people. You know that.
Yes. Yes.
5 people.
Yes. Each
business, 5 people.
Yes.
So that's an impact of 5,000. You have created 5,000 jobs.
Yes.
I think the goal of Moi Kibaki, the late, was to create 10,000 businesses. So you don't need to be a president for you to create 10,000 jobs or 5,000 jobs. And that's why I'm so passionate about it. And even without thinking about the other impact, the impact of the other, the indirect impact.
Yes.
For example,
yes.
if, for example, you are creating an income for someone who didn't have an income at all.
Yes.
Let's say they were physically challenged.
Yes.
They can't walk.
Yes.
So they were relying on someone's income.
Yes.
And so the income that they were given to support their livelihood,
yes,
now it's being channeled to other parts of the economy. And
yes,
so that's a big impact. And
yes,
this person, you're able to, you have been able to help this person in a very big way, and in a way that they also appreciate themselves, they change the perception, and even the negative in the society, we are able to finish it.
Yes.
And so we have an empowered society that is not relying on any person's funding, is able to generate income for itself.
Yeah.
And that's very healthy for our economy.
Absolutely. Thank you very much indeed. I like, the way you've laid out, the whole framework and the journey. It's very, very inspiring, Bwana Ndung'u. I really think that this is an amazing story that needs to be told about, the vision of 1,000 startups, you know, and so one of the things that comes out for me in some of the things you have said is the whole idea of you know, being committed to the transformative power of entrepreneurship.
Yes.
The idea that you know, entrepreneurship, you know, inculcating that culture.
Yeah.
Right now, I think there is in the social media, for example, there's so much negative vibe. You know, people constantly complaining about, you know, for example, taxes. You know, I mean, taxes are high. You know, and I think that excuse, you know, taxes are high. People will make that excuse until they go to the grave, because I don't think that anybody is ever going to have to experience a tax-free haven. That doesn't exist except in some countries, and that is only available for billionaires. Anyway, so having said that, I think that I want you to speak to the idea of what you actually think, you know, having gone through the process of transformative. Do you have this sense that sometimes there is what people wish, people who are struggling, they wish they can start a business, but they don't understand how transformative, well-trained, you know, entrepreneur can be in solving problems. You know, so I want you to go back to that transformative thinking about the power of business, that business can really solve society's problem. Just comment on that briefly.
Now, we have done trainings with to various groups of people at different programs, some of them sponsored, and I would say one of the communities that we have trained on entrepreneurship are communities in slums. For example, these are a community in Kiandutu slums in Thika. We train them, and our way of training is I listen to from where this person is coming from and now where I want them to be. And you ask this person, now I have trained you, I want you to start a business. And now they ask you, how do I start a business? I don't have money. I'm even I don't even know where I get my next meal. Now, I ask them now, is this how you have been living? Yes, that's how I have been living. Do you earn? Yes, I earn. But then everything goes to consumption. And I think it's the feeling for a lot of people that I don't have a base to start, and that for me to start a business, I need a lot of money. And these are myths. I think it's a bad myth. But I think it's because people don't know. But I believe that you don't need a lot of money to start a business. You just need an idea. And number two, when you have an idea and you're just very passionate about it and you want to implement it, you're able to have time to do calculation and see, do people really need what I want to give to them? If it's yes, let me think about what is it that I need for me to be able to provide what I want to provide. Then now you say, I need maybe 1 million to be able to implement this, for me to be able to provide this service or this good. Now, the next step we say is think about the lowest level of your business, where you can start. For example, someone wants to start a very big plumbing shop. With a lot of plumbing materials and all those things. It's a real example of someone I advised. But now, they're passionate about plumbing and they have some training on plumbing. The simplest thing for this person to do is first provide plumbing services. If you need to acquire skills for you to be able to do that, if it's apprenticeship, do that. And then you don't need a lot to do plumbing. Maybe a pipe wrench, pliers, things that would cost not more than maybe 2,000. And which can be borrowed when you get a job. So you can start. So I told that person, what do you need now? At last we found that this person doesn't need anything. Everything they need is at their disposal. They just need to pick talk to someone, give me this, I'll return after 1 hour.
Yeah.
So you break down to the lowest point you can start with what you have.
Okay, okay, absolutely. You know, I think, I don't know, I feel like I want to stop you so that I can digest that, because, you know, Steve, one of the problem I have encountered, even within church circles, my pastoral work, is that you find someone is truly stuck, really stuck.
Yes.
They are living hand to mouth.
Yes.
And they are in a crisis, you know,
Yes.
Financial crisis. Clearly, they are at survival mode.
Yeah.
They don't have a way out. So,
Yes.
you know, and most of them, of course, come to the church. You know, sometimes we wish the church can help.
Yeah.
But I like what you are saying, breaking down the problem to the very lowest
Yes.
possible.
Yes.
So that then somebody can see, right now as I stand here, I can actually start.
Yes.
And then you show them, so they're able to see, you kind of open their mind to see the whole spectrum,
Yes.
from where they are
Yes.
to where they should be going,
Yes.
and that they can actually start right away.
Yes.
And then, of course, the whole idea of somebody, and I want us to come to that, we begin to wrestle with these maids
Yes.
of entrepreneurship, so that then somebody can actually see, even though I am struggling, I start a business, it fails, I start a business, I eat the capital, because
Yes.
that's the biggest challenge for somebody who is at the very lower end, that even then they can still find a way to wriggle around that and actually build the capital base they need.
Yes.
That itself is actually amazing and is very reassuring. I like this conversation. Those of you that are following what we are talking about the 1,000 startups, the vision to demystify entrepreneurship, and I really love that. So let's talk about some of the you know, success stories. You know, some of the things that you've worked with. For example, maybe that plumbing guy. You know, tell us how you worked with him. What happened to the guy?
Now, we have various examples because our two pillars are on. The first one is training, because you need to train people so that you can get those who are able to take the first step.
Okay.
Because not everyone you train becomes an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And so we have trained, our vision is to train 100,000 people, so that we can be able to sieve out and be able to achieve 1,000 who are starting the business in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And we have done trainings with various foundations, various organizations, with churches. And so far, I think, if I can refer, we are in the tune of, I think this year alone, we could be somewhere around 2,000 on trainings.
Okay, okay.
Trainings. And on businesses, right now we have around 16 businesses.
Okay.
That we are supporting.
Okay.
Some of them are very strong and are coming up very well.
Okay.
And we after the launch, we have received so many applications.
Okay.
We have received so many people who want to join our program so that we can move together. But as you know, it has to be procedural. It has to be a process. It has to take time so that we are not overwhelmed. But all the same, as we grow, as we expand and get more resources, we'll be able to support even more. So yeah.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So if you're there, you're watching, you have a business, you're struggling, Bwana Stephen Ndung'u here is, you know, has a program that can support you. You can join the 1,000 startups program, and you will find some help, you'll find some training, and you can walk this entrepreneurship journey with someone who can mentor you, someone who, you know, a team of experts. Bwana Ndung'u, let's talk about now the process. Where is the starting point when somebody wants to join your program? What do they need to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Our structure is that of a hospital.
Okay. I heard you talk about the hospital, yes.
But it's a hospital for businesses.
Yes, yes.
Where businesses come for checkup.
Yes.
That is, I'm talking about startups. Come for checkup. sometimes they come for consultation because I feel my business is not healthy. There's something that is troubling me. So we come sit down with experts, and then we're able to analyze what is it that you could be ailing from. And then from there, we can now recommend what is it that needs to be done. You go do this and this and this. Report to us in the next 30 days.
Okay.
Simply. Then from there, we have something that we call clinics.
Okay.
So we don't want to tell you do this and go.
Yeah.
So we need to have you come periodically.
Okay.
You come, sit down, we evaluate and think about what's the way forward.
Okay.
And so that's basically how it is. But most importantly, because we believe an entrepreneur is the heart of that business. Whether they're operating alone or they have a team of 2 or 3 people, the health of the business depends on the mental health of the entrepreneur.
Okay.
And so we need to ensure that this entrepreneur is stable. They're able to, they are knowledgeable enough, they get knowledge as much as possible, they are empowered. And so we conduct a lot of trainings, some of them specific on areas that are of interest to these business people. For example, sales. If maybe the problem of your business is because you're not making enough revenue, you're not selling enough.
Yeah.
So you need to sell more.
Yes.
What is it that you need to sell more? So you can have a training on marketing, digital marketing, sales. And so our model is to gather now people who are interested in this. You need sales, come together, we train you on that, and then you're able to move forward. Yeah, and there's something that we call design thinking at the start of the entire program.
Okay.
And because we believe that with the right business model, with the right idea, you're able to move your business faster and more efficiently. And so we have design thinking sessions just to try and discover what is it that what would be the best idea from you, bearing in mind your strengths, your weaknesses. Maybe you have a training in plumbing. That's the biggest asset that you have.
Yeah.
And so we would channel your business model towards what you have. You have a skill, and so what you need to do, go and sell. Tell people that I provide plumbing services. And so that's design thinking, just to ensure that we are able to design something that people need, and then with the resources you have, then you can be able to start off.
Okay. I like that. That's a very simple model and straightforward design thinking. Yeah. Some of the people I encounter is please give me some small capital. I want to start a small business because I need to feed a family. Maybe it's a single mother and she's struggling. So, and they want to go to Gikomba, the usual routine I'm sure you are familiar with. So go to Gikomba, buy some items and start selling them maybe on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever other social media platform. A lot of people are there. What is the problem with that kind of thinking?
Now I'll draw this example from the problem we are having right now.
Yeah.
It's a bigger problem.
Yes.
Where entrepreneurs design an idea and then go to the capital markets to look for money.
Okay.
You have an idea, not tested.
Yes.
You don't even know whether it will work.
Yes.
And then the venture capitalists bring in money to implement what you are not even sure it will work.
Okay.
Now that's a problem. And I'll tell you, if someone asks you for money to start a business, don't give them.
Wow.
Unless you are ready to throw your money away.
Okay. It could be your cousin, your brother.
Don't give. This is the approach.
Yes.
The best approach. Because
Yes.
people come to us and tell us, now, this person, we think the best thing that would help them is a business.
Okay.
So advise us on how we'll do. We have 100,000, we want to support them.
Yes.
That's not the right way.
Okay.
Every idea, nobody is usually sure about whether it will succeed or not. In fact, entrepreneurship is that process of discovering what works.
Okay.
So do you want to give out your money for someone to go and try what works? No. So what we advise is, how can this person generate their own capital to invest in that business so that even if it fails, they'll fight for it not to fail because it's their money that they are losing.
Yes.
And so the best idea would be have this person get some income elsewhere.
Yes.
Even if it's a business, let them, you would rather even support them for an apprenticeship program.
Okay. Training, yes.
Yes. Let them join. You want to do plumbing? Paying this plumber who is experienced, I'm giving them 5,000 per month. They work with you for 3 months.
Okay.
Learn how they do the things. And then, at the end of the program, that's when I can be able, depending with the approval of the teacher now, and now your own approvals,
yes,
then I can be able to invest in a few tools for you.
Okay.
You see, that's not expensive because tools will not cost more than 5,000 for plumbing.
Yes, yes.
So instead of investing 100,000 for this person, tell them a lot of things. Now, so I've given a plumbing example because it's what we have been able to discuss here.
Yes.
But get this person a job. Teach them how to save, and this is for everyone. You need, for you to start a business, you need to save for yourself. Even if you say you are earning 10,000, the basic rule for anybody who want to create wealth for themselves,
yes,
through business, is to save at least 10%.
Okay.
So you get all your income, chukua 10%, peleka kwa Mungu, 10%, this is your savings.
Yes.
These are savings that you nurture until you are able to gather what you need to start the basic line of your business.
Okay.
So when you start at that point, that's the best way. So get this person somewhere to get revenue or income, so that they can start the business with their own money. No bank will give you money to start a business.
Absolutely.
It's science.
Yeah, it's science. So we're going to take a short break, actually, so that, we take a breather and we come back. I like that. I really like that kind of thinking that you can't just throw money at someone and expect them to be able to succeed in business. So let's take a short break. We'll be coming back to this conversation. We are talking about the 1,000 startups and demystifying entrepreneurship. And my guest here is really giving us a lot of wonderful insights. Don't go away. We are coming back to this conversation. I'm sure you want to follow what we're going to say next. So let's take a short break.
The church is back at Uhuru Park. The chairman of the Standing Strong Ministers Conference, Apostle Othniel Mwabili, and the conference convener, Apostle David Juma, together with the Executive Planning Committee, invites all church leaders, students leaders, marketplace and corporate leaders to the 2024 Kenya edition of the Standing Strong Ministers Conference, taking place from Tuesday 9th to Friday 12th July 2024 at Uhuru Park Gardens, Nairobi, with leadership sessions running from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily and open sessions from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. daily. The theme for this year's conference is Strengthening Your Brethren, drawn from Luke 22 verse 32. Ministering will be guest ministers Bishop Thomas Muthe from Kenya.
Your weakness, that's no reason to give up. There is a God who begins from the void.
Bishop Stanley Molili from Kenya.
A transformational church must grow smaller as it grows bigger.
Apostle Yemi Adefarasin from Nigeria.
God is looking for people that are his representatives who understand their redemptive destiny and purpose.
And Bishop Joseph Matera from USA.
You can bring heaven, you can manifest glory wherever you are.
And the host, Apostle David Juma and Pastor Sunde Juma.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving from the one powerful anointed minister to the corporate body.
The church was birthed by the Holy Ghost, and the works of God can only be done by the Holy Ghost.
Find registration forms on our social media platforms. For more information, kindly call 0722 669651. The 2024 Kenya edition of the Standing Strong Ministers Conference. Don't miss out on this great opportunity of strengthening for your ministry work ahead. See you there. This conference is organized by various churches and is open to the whole body of Christ.
Welcome back. This is the Monday Morning Digest, and we are talking about the vision to demystify entrepreneurship. We have on the set here the CEO and founder of 1,000 Startups, Mr. Stephen Ndung'u. He's a real passionate entrepreneur and trainer, coach, consultant. He's working with entrepreneurs. They have a vision to train and to bring to success 1,000 startups, and so far they have 16. There are very many people who are applying to join the program, and there are terms, of course, and conditions for joining that program for you to become one of the 1,000 very successful businesses. But starting a business and running a business is not easy. So before we went to the break, Steve, we were talking about this whole idea of it is not really so much the capital that someone needs. And people go out there and give capital. People borrow money. They borrow from their circles. Some are maybe even just retiring. Or some are people are looking for something to do. And you're saying you have to really think differently. You have to have kind of a design thinking. Start from the bottom, but you have to have a very clear path. And it has to be. So, we talked about the example of a plumber, where you said, for example, maybe instead of give them just money, first of all, put them with a kind of what do you call it? Apprenticeship, so that they can run around with somebody who is doing a similar business. And once they get a hold of it, then it's very easy to give them 5,000 to buy tools, which maybe by that time they have already even acquired. And then they can get on with their business or painting business. I have hired painters, I have hired plumbers. I know that there is a lot of work in that particular area. But let's talk about, say, this young woman who now they have nothing. So they want to start, and they think they want to go to Githurai and buy some mitumbas from somebody who has them in, behind the market, and then bring them to the road and sell them. How do you get that person, to kind of shift their thinking and begin to think like an entrepreneur?
Now, what I'm advising people right now is for anyone who wants to start a business.
Yes.
And they are at their lowest level.
Yes.
I will not really say that they say that they're starting from nothing, because if you're starting from nothing, how are you living? Will you be alive tomorrow? There must be mechanisms on how you are eating, the house you are living in. So even if you have nothing, most likely they are earning something, but they're not able to, they consume everything.
Okay.
And so we would start at that point now. What is it that they are, where do they get that retro income from?
Yes.
Then we can think about how can we increase that income, where they are. And then if someone gives them, then now that's a different story. We can now start thinking about the person who is giving. How can we talk to them and design a life for this woman in a better way?
Yes.
Then now I encourage anyone who is starting a business, don't go for a stock-based business.
Okay. Yeah, the one of you go to Gikomba, you get buy stock and come and
sell.
Yes.
What if you don't sell?
Okay. What if
and you're relying on this business even to eat and to do everything.
Okay.
And so if someone is supporting them to do this, I would encourage this person, get a skill.
Okay.
You encourage skill-based business at that point. For anyone who is starting at the lowest level, get a skill, because when we say that every business we want to start, definitely you need capital.
Yes.
But most people translate capital as money. But capital is not always money.
Yes.
If you have a skill, that's capital.
Okay.
If you have someone's tools which you can use, that's capital. And so we would encourage them, get a skill, and then from there we can be able to, the next thing they would need to do is get, if they need a tool or they need anything, that's what you'll invest in, not in stock.
Okay.
And so that would be my advice. But if they want to go for mutumba or some stock to sell, then would think about, do you have money to support your family?
Okay.
If you invest all the 30,000 that maybe was given to you into this business. What if you got sick the following day?
Okay.
You cannot convert these, you cannot liquidate these clothes very fast.
Yes.
And so, but when you have a skill, you're able to market yourself slowly, and then you're able to get jobs. And even when you don't have anything, I was laughing the other day, there's a guy who was giving a story. He's a painter, and it's good that you mentioned a painter.
Yes.
So, although he's a perennial drinker,
right,
he was always drunk. But even when he doesn't have anything,
yes,
he can get a call. I have a painting job here. Come.
Yes.
He goes as he is. They go and buy. What he needs is a brush and maybe a sandpaper. All those will be included in the purchasing by the person who is buying the materials for the painting
you
job.
normally buy paints and buy a brush and sandpaper and everything.
So by himself,
yes,
he's a toolbox by himself. He has all the capital that he needs. He has all the tools that he needs by himself.
Yes.
So even at the lowest point, maybe you go to jail or you go to any other place, you know, sometimes you can get sickness.
Yes.
Even if you come out of hospital, you can stand and say, now, so long as I can walk, and maybe I can do something with my hands, I can do that. I can start.
Yes.
So you just need your mouth. Tell people, I do this and this. So that's the basic way of helping. If they have skills, it's usually very easy for them to let them start.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Stephen, you cannot overemphasize that. I really feel very passionate, you know, because you're saying two key things.
Yeah.
Skills.
Yeah.
You must have some skills.
Yeah.
And maybe tools. And
Yes.
those two are better capital than actual cash.
Yes.
Because if you have tools and skills,
Yes.
you literally do not need anything to start.
Only your mouth.
Only your mouth. And now then we also have to clarify these skills. They can be just one of the key skill, which even if you're not a plumber, you're not you're not a physician, you're not a painter, and you don't want to do, you know, just carry mowers in a site. You actually can apply. So the other skills that you can acquire, selling, for example, is like you say, you described one of the key skills that most small businesses miss. And I think we need to get to that, where we talk about the other skills that are needed for a business person to succeed. And I remember when we met, we talked about business, business management. And we said that it's not just business management, it's accounting, which is accounting and finance, basically, and sales. So let's talk about those other skills, so that then people don't just think, me, I'm not a plumber, I'm not a painter, so surely maybe I just, what are those other skills? So let's talk about those other alternative skills that you need so that you can take your business forward.
Okay, now let's talk from the point of, you now have an idea.
Yeah.
So what you need now is to start. And most people say, I will start next year. The idea is start now. If you really want to do it, start now. Where do you start now? Ask yourself. If you need some little money to buy the tools or the little that you need to start on, then you start immediately. And then now we can talk about business management at that point where you have said I have started.
Okay.
Now, the key things when you're starting a business, the first one is sales.
Right.
Because you cannot light a lamp and then cover it. Even the Bible says that.
Yes.
You put it on the top of a hill so that people can see its brightness.
Absolutely.
So the same thing with a business. When you launch it, put it somewhere where people can see it. This is sales and marketing. Tell people about it. And at this point, there are various channels of marketing this social media, which is coming up very strongly. Tell people about, in your networks, wherever they are, if you are a church person and your networks are in church, ensure that you tell everyone what you do. Number two, if it's on social media, ensure that you talk about what you do on social media.
Okay.
Now, by the time you're getting now to the next level of maybe a website, you can build a simple website. And even if you don't have money to start building that website immediately, start with social media. It's free. post, ensure that you are continuously posting. And when you have money, you can sponsor one ad or two. It's not expensive. The minimum is usually $1 a day.
Yeah.
For Facebook and other platforms. So when you start with that, then you can be able to continue. As you get more revenue, you can get to push your sales to other avenues which cost money, so that people know about what you're doing. Then from sales now, sales and marketing, because most of the time it's marketing. Marketing is where you tell people about what you do. And now sales is how you convert the people who show interest in what you're selling, how you convert them, ensure that your pricing is right so that you give the value that is commensurate with the price you are charging for that product or service.
Yeah.
Then, so that is part of marketing. And then ensure that now that you have moved from marketing, people have seen your product, now want to buy. When they buy, ensure that you keep your books.
Okay. Yes.
Record, ensure that you keep record of what you sell and what you buy, so that after you do it, because that's the cycle. Market, sell, keep the records. Market, sell, keep the records. At the end of the month, you're able to analyze how far have I gone, and then as you continue in the next month, you're able to see where you are heading. Are you growing or are you stagnating? Okay. Then what is it that I need to do to be able to move further? And then you can be able to set targets after the second month and say, by the 12th month, I have achieved this. Yes. So you have a benchmark. So as you progress, you can be able to see, this is the third month, I'm on this level. What do I need to do to push my sales or to move faster? Okay. So that's basically the process. The other things are complementary. They just come. Okay. When it comes to taxation and the other things, the licenses. Usually those don't stand at the center of the business, because if it's, for example, a business license, you pay once a year. Okay. So you pay and forget. All right. If it's for taxes, most of the one that is paid in the shortest period is usually 1 month, monthly. Okay. Okay. Monthly. So those are on the outskirts of what the core thing that you are doing. Absolutely. Okay. Very good. I think I like that. It's a very simple formula. So it's the skills you need is marketing, selling, and keeping records. Yes. So those are three very key skills that everyone, whether you're starting in the right market, whether you're starting in Gikomba, whether you're starting a small farm or a business enterprise or keeping chicken, that is the bottom line. So you need to market, then sell, and keep the records. Yes. And then, of course, you said that you know, don't just start with capital, borrowed capital. You need to think, how do I save what I have? Yes. And then move forward from there and build from there. Wonderful. We're going to take a short break, and then after that, now we're going to look at some of the comments that are coming in as we begin to wrap up in the next part of this particular conversation. So let's take a short break. Then when we come back, we'll return to this conversation. All right. So don't go away. Let's take a break. We're coming back to this conversation.
How do we help our teams and our musicians and our worship leaders be those shepherds of good character, discerning, understanding that they are leaders, even the drummer knowing that he's a leader before he makes people fall?
That shepherding heart is what differentiates a minister from a performer. When you are a shepherd, the good of the people, the elevation of the people, the lifting of the people, is what motivates you. That's your passion, if you have the shepherding spirit.
One thing that I came to learn, that I need to be very sensitive as I lead people of God spiritually, to hack the needs of these people. Spiritual needs, emotional needs. So that I have not only been called to sing to them, but encourage them through singing and giving them a way of knowing, or the kingdom way, or of knowing God.
One of the things God looks is the heart. Searching the heart of the men, so that you can able to know which song you can able to give them.
The point here is, so
you have to come to a place where you have faith in God, not because of what He's able to offer, but because of who He is and who He is to you.
Wow.
Psalm 51 verse 15.
Wonderful.
Yeah. It says, Lord, open my lips and my mouth will give you praise. We have a generation that has the mouth being opened by other things.
Okay.
What is trending?
Okay.
Yeah. Where is that's where we are. That's what we are doing.
Yes.
Instead of really coming to the level of the flock and being the shepherds and be able to feed the flock, be able to lead the flock where there is pasture and where the flocks can rest.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
All right, welcome back. This is the Monday Morning Digest. If you're tuning in, we are having an amazing conversation. I have with me the CEO of 1,000 Startups, Mr. Stephen Ndung'u here, and he's very, very passionate. We have been trying to demystify some of the challenges associated, the mysteries, the myths about starting small businesses. And I know we are not running with a list, we were just discussing and they're just kind of trying to unpack some of the ideas that a lot of people hold in their minds, that but those ideas are really keeping them back. And especially those of you who feel so stuck, you're desperate, you need a business for you to literally eat, to sustain your future in Nairobi, and you're wondering where to start. There is an answer for you. So don't give up. There is an answer for you. If you can find a meal, you can also start a business. So Stephen, we're kind of like towards the end of this conversation. So I want us to deal with one big issue. There are a lot of young people, especially the Gen Zs, that have all kinds of mystery business ideas. Some of them wants to do YouTube channels, some of them wants to do graphics, some of them want to do movies. They have all these very fancy ideas that they're actually toying with. Some of them are trying, but they haven't made money, and they are getting frustrated. You know, time is moving. They have 1,001 ideas, businesses they want to start, but they really haven't made a penny. Some of them have made 2,000 shillings, and that's it. Somebody is doing podcast, they think that's a great business. Somebody else is seeing people in America doing amazing things, they think those are businesses. How do you get somebody to come from the abstract mystery to really realities and begin to make money? Or rather, help them to kind of like calibrate those all kinds of scattered ideas in their head.
Yes.
Yes, that's a big question.
There are times when people come up with very big ideas,
right?
That not only scare the public,
yes,
but also scare the individuals themselves.
Yes.
If you sit with them in privacy,
yes,
they'll tell you, this thing scares me. I don't know where to get all these amounts of money.
Yes.
And as I mentioned, the basic point is break it down to the lists on where you can start.
Yes.
Now, you have an idea that you want that needs around 3 million.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, let's not go there, let's say 500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yourself, you don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
And the basic way of funding your business is usually 3F. Family, friends,
yes,
and fools.
Family, friends, and fools.
Yes.
Yes.
So you can get money from your friends. If your friends cannot fund this business,
mm-hmm,
if your family cannot fund this business,
mm-hmm,
most likely you'll get a fool.
mm-hmm.
And fools are the ones that will give you a lot of money. Even sometimes you get scared, how did they do it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not easy to get these fools.
Yeah.
And so think about how you can fund the business as you.
Yes.
But now you cannot start with 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Think about a doctor, a person who wants to open a hospital, like Kenyatta Referral Hospital.
Yes.
But they don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to fundraise
Mm-hmm.
to open Kenyatta Referral Hospital. It's not possible.
Crowdfunding, you know, there are fancy ideas that are around town. Crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding and all that.
Yes.
Now, the most practicable idea, and I'm using these examples for us to get a concept on how you're supposed to do it.
Yes.
Tell this person to start where they are.
Yes.
And the most practicable thing they can do is go to a medical school.
Yes.
Study medicine and other medical related courses.
Mm-hmm.
Get a job. Work very hard. Get some money. Open a small clinic.
Yes.
Prove the idea that it can work.
Mm-hmm.
Now get money to fund an idea that is already continuing.
Okay. Okay.
So the basic thing is do something that is related to what you want to achieve.
Yes.
But now in the simplest way possible. Provided it's related.
Yes.
Even if it means getting a job. Don't say that I don't want to be employed, I want to be a business person.
Yes.
It doesn't happen that way.
Yes.
Be employed, get money, then to fund where you want to start. That's the basic
Absolutely.
foundation.
Absolutely. And I really wanted that to come out so that those of you that are stuck out there and you're listening to us talking about 1,000 startups, entrepreneurship, sometimes it gets very tired, too much advice. But I like what Stephen is talking about here. We're talking about you have this vision.
Yeah.
Break it down to something you can do today. If it
Right.
is joining college to learn plumbing, or if it is signing up for a certificate in social media marketing, start today. And now do the course. So that then now, once you are able to start your first day, you are on the journey to that dream.
Yes.
What you do today takes you to that dream. Absolutely amazing. So Steve, I want just to read some of the comments that have been coming here as, this is an amazing conversation. I can tell you we won't finish. I like Karen Kibuchi is saying, I like the practical approaches being shared. He has a big dream, but all dreams are valid. You are 1,000 startups venture. If anyone asks for money to start a business, don't give them. That is one of the things that you have said, and that's what Karen here is saying. Absolutely amazing. Jerry Luce here is saying, practical approaches. I really agree with this approach. With the hospital perspective, kudos, 1,000 startups. Yeah, I mean, you want to start Kenya's biggest hospital, 1,000-bed hospital.
Yeah.
That the idea is valid, but maybe you need to start to go to medical school first.
Yes.
So, and again, even some of the other people that you're stuck there at home, you feel you don't have anything to do. Ask yourself, what do you want to do? Just throw away your misgivings and your frustration. Decide what you want to do and take the first step. Break it down to the step one.
Yeah.
And go out of the house today and do it. And that is going to help. Even if it is just registering. Like some people want to register their businesses.
Yeah.
And they have been mulling over that thing for the last 1 year. They have never started. Yeah. So the first thing is register the business.
Yes.
Yeah. So then after that, go look for a place to start. Yes. One more before we now, I give you time to wrap this up. Mrs. Patrick Wamboge is saying, oh, great insight. He's really enjoying this conversation. And Jerry Luce, I don't know whether this is one of your relatives or your mentees, a passionate CEO to see you, but thrive and grow to maturity. I think that's what you do. Yeah. Wonderful. So, Mr. Stephen Ndung'u here runs the 1,000 Startups. It's a business venture. It's a program that actually, whose vision is to develop 1,000 businesses from scratch. And you can join at any part of, at any stage of your business. Wherever you are, if you are in any business and you want somebody that can work with you, you want a team, you want a program, people who can, you can bring your business. They run what is like a hospital, is a clinic, come bring your business to the hospital, Stephen would definitely be willing to talk to you. Steve, I'm really very happy with the issues you've raised. So let's talk about one more mystery about business. You know, we promised we'd talk about mysteries. I think we'll have round 2 so that we can unpack even more. But we've just laid the ground. What is the one thing that you have encountered with many small business startup owners that is the most common problem, where they are stuck? Where is everybody stuck, given your experience?
If you ask someone why you have not yet started this business,
yes,
they'll tell you capital.
Okay.
And most of the time, by capital, they mean money.
Yes.
And so that's where everyone is stuck. I need money to start this business.
Okay.
So what they lack is what we talked about. You need to start somewhere with what you have.
Yes.
And then it has to be, even if it means starting at the crudest level,
yes,
just start.
Yes.
Don't talk about tomorrow. If you are talking about anything, by the way,
yeah,
for anyone who comes to us and wants to start a business,
uh-huh,
we just ensure that from our conversations, tomorrow they have something to do,
yes,
towards their business.
Yes.
Just break it down and now think about, where do I start? Just start.
Yes.
Now, there are other people who say, I want to start a business, but you know, everyone is, I would say, they are unwell.
Yes.
The mental pressures here are
too much.
Too much.
Yes.
And so people are not able to think straight because you want to start a business, but now you have, maybe you are a man, you have a family relying on you, they need money to do things and here and there. You are employed, you don't know where to start because you cannot leave your job to go and start a business. And so that's where also another area that people are stuck. But, and I know we'll talk about this, the basic foundation of creating wealth, which you said is savings.
Okay.
It all starts with savings. Even if you are undergoing what kind of circumstances.
Right.
Provided you are not in hospital.
Yes.
Put 10%. Doesn't matter how long it will take.
Yes.
And if you get an extra income from outside the ordinary income, put that in savings.
Okay.
Ensure that you keep 10% of what you earn.
Right.
As savings. Then the concept, and I know we'll talk about this more, is that when every shillings that you save becomes a slave to work for you in future.
Okay.
So you need to nurture many of these slaves.
Yes.
So that they can team up and have a strong team that can work for you. And then when it's the right time, now you can launch them, go and work for me.
Okay.
So it's another thing. Number 2, and I think it could be related. Okay, there are people who say that entrepreneurs are born. Mm-hmm. Entrepreneurs are not born.
Okay.
They are made.
Okay.
And most of the successful business people you see around here, if you ask them, they'll tell you they were forced into business. They were laid off. And then the landing spot they had, I only have this to do. And they started doing because they had family to support, they had things to cater for, and they don't have a business. So you are forced into circumstances and you become an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So problems create solutions. And
okay.
Problems make people. And so entrepreneurs are not born, they are made.
Okay.
And we believe that we can make anyone in the streets an entrepreneur.
Okay.
If only we change their mindset.
Yeah, mindset change. That is what's going to change a lot of people. So every one of you have a chance. If you're not in hospital, you're not dead, you are alive, you are struggling, there is a way, there is an answer for you. But some of you need literally a hospitalization. And it is your head that needs to be hospitalized, not your body. And you get some kind of fine-tuning, calibration, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of people come to you. And I'm happy for those 16 businesses that are part of their 1,000 startups. I believe we'll be telling some of their stories of success. And so I think I want us to wrap up there. So that if you have anything else you need to say, we have less than a minute. And I want you to talk to the entrepreneur out there, okay? Yeah. Somebody who is maybe running a business and they're also struggling, although we will have another session to deal with that. People who already have businesses that are running and some of their common challenges. We can talk to them later. But somebody who is out there really stranded, feeling at the bottom of life and they almost giving up, please talk to them, give them hope, and if they are already beginning to think about business, what they need to do right away. All right, so look at that camera.
Okay.
Yeah.
So talking to you out there who thinks that they are stuck in life, probably going into a depression and stress because you don't know where to start, what is it that you need to do. Sometimes you start thinking about what you want to do, but your mind is not able to conceptualize where you want to start, and that's normal. It happens to many people. But practical thinking, think about solutions. Think about what is it that you want, what is it that list down, and in the top of list of that things that you can do, think about whether you can start a business. And now, at that point, that's when now you need to talk to people, and one of the people you need to talk to is us. Let's have a design thinking session. We usually have design thinking sessions periodically. We are here to announce the next one, so that you sit down, we help you meditate and think about your life, where you have come from and where you are heading, and then you can be able to think about where you can start. If it's that business, we can take stock and think about what is it that you have and where do you start, so that the following day you have somewhere to start. I think getting that clarity of purpose, clarity of what you want to do, and clarity of where you want to start, that's the most important thing. And you don't need a lot of money to start a business. You can start where you are, and not you can't say that you are not born an entrepreneur. You have no background in entrepreneurship or business. Most people who had successful businesses didn't have that background, didn't have a lot of money. They started at the lowest level. They were at the lowest level like you are, and you can start a business and can become successful. And so you just need to change your thinking and have a positive mind. Anytime you get a negative thought in your mind, it destroys your vision and your mission. And so think about starting a business, and let's work together in this journey. We are the 1,000 Startups. We are here to support people who feel stuck in their personal life and in their business life. They want to start a business, but they are not able to know where they can start. Let's come, think about your business. And now we form part of your board advisory. You don't think alone. When you think alone, you get a mental blockage. But when you have a team, you're able to get clarity of purpose and you're able to think straight.
Yes.
And so it's not complicated. You can start your own business, and let's make this vision a reality, and let's help you start your business.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Stephen, that's a very good place to stop. If you'd like to get in touch with Stephen, there are numbers on the bottom of the screen. You can send us a text. You can also look out for him. Are you on social media platforms?
Yes, I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook, Stephen Ndung'u, LinkedIn, Stephen Ndung'u, Twitter, Stephen Ndung'u, and also you can look for us at 1,000 Startups Kenya on all social media platforms, or visit our website on www.1000startups.co.ke.
Wonderful. That's good. That's good. Excellent. So you know where to go, you know what to do, and do have yourself a great week. I really feel that we have addressed some very, very important issues, and I want to wish you blessings and success this week. From today, whatever dream you have, get doing something about it. That's all we had for you on the Monday Morning Digest. God bless you so much. We'll see you another day, same time, same channel. Keep it elevated, and God bless you, and have a great, great week. Bye for now.